Joining me now is North Carolina Republican Robert Pittinger and Democratic Congressman John Garamendi of California. Welcome to you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Are you guys all best buddies again now then? Is this all bipartisan joy tonight?
We've got a lot of work we need to do together, and you got to work across the aisle to get it done. So, yeah, let's work together.
It's important. It's important for the country.
Robert Pittinger, put into context for me the politics of all this going forward. Do the Republicans really, do you think, feel that they have suffered a massive defeat here, or is it a temporary setback?
Well, Piers, I do believe it was a worthy objective. Obamacare has significant issues and problems, but it was an ill-fated strategy. I said that during the course of the summer. I don't think that we had a major opportunity to win this politically. It is the president's signature legislation. It will be his legacy, for good or bad. He wants this. The Democrat leadership wanted it. Notwithstanding that premiums in my state have gone up 200% to 300%. The Congressional Budget Office says that the cost is unsustainable. We're losing jobs. Companies are not hiring full-time workers. So there were real issues there, a real concern to all of us. But the president had his way. And for right now, that will be the law until such time that the problems get greater, that the American people demanded it be changed.
And Congressman, which way did you vote tonight?
Well, I voted with it. I believe that it's important to give time for the negotiators to go out there and to try to do something about the real issue facing our country. You know, we have a $17 trillion debt. We have $16 trillion of unfunded liabilities. This is the elephant in the room. This is the problem. The president needs to speak to this. For 5 years, I've been waiting for the president to address this issue. I listened to him at the inauguration, the State of the Union, when he came to our Republican conference. He never brought it up. Yet when he spoke in March of 2006 on the Senate floor as a senator, he made it very clear that lambasting President Bush for a $5 trillion debt, and realizing that he did not want to vote to extend the debt ceiling.
Let me go to John Garamendi.
Sure.
As we go forward here, clearly the big battle, it seems to me, before we get back to shutdown and debt ceiling issues in January, February, will be over Obamacare. I mean, there's going to be gloves off now and a straight assault on this great plank of President Obama's presidency. What do you think will happen with that? Because at the moment, the system itself seems to be failing.
Well, what they're looking at is one piece of it, an important piece, but this is the exchange piece. The exchanges are actually working in many, many parts of the nation. In California, the exchanges are working in those states where the governors took control of the issues. The exchanges are working. The national exchange has had its headaches, no doubt about it. But that's just one small part of the Affordable Care Act. If you take a look at the other parts, the insurance reforms, exceedingly important. The end of things like having pre-existing conditions for children, for parents, and guaranteed coverages. All of those insurance reforms are now in place in the Patient's Bill of Rights. And we're also seeing a reduction in the inflation rate in medical services, both for the government, Medicare and Medicaid, as well as for the private sector. So we're seeing the cost curve bend. Now the exchanges, that's an issue that's going to be dealt with. Every major program, whether it's a military program or this program or a state program or even a private sector program, they often have their hiccups.
Okay.
Just take a look at Google or Microsoft, and they'll tell you about the hiccups that occur with the new program going into effect. Yes, it is an issue, but I tell you, Piers, the real issue is how to get this economy going, how to get people back to work. And these continued cliffs, these crises actually hold back a very powerful racehorse called the American economy.
Well, I agree with that, but let me ask you this, Congressman. Sure. I mean, I presume that you voted in favor as well tonight, right?
Of course.
So you two have reached a point of bipartisan consensus. Why don't we have a symbolic on-air handshake to round off this particular debate? Go on, force yourselves.
That would be a great pleasure.
Look at that, look at that, you see? It's possible. You can actually get along in Washington. What an extraordinary spectacle. Congressman, thank you both very much indeed.
Thank you.